Anders, I think we all saw you skating and participating and doing all that stuff. Are you on track, on the prescribed track coming back from your surgery, or were you ahead of schedule with what you were able to do?
Yeah, both. I'm on track. Was able to do a lot of really good things in the last 13, 14 weeks since surgery here. And we pushed it pretty good and got as far as we could. And I'm looking forward to continuing on that path and being ready for camp.
Matt, I know it's still fresh, but can you look back at this season and see that you took another step forward in your NHL development? Was this a kind of a big year for you in your terms?
Of course, every year you want to take a step. You want to get better, and I think this year, I'm a year older. I should be getting better. So I think as a group, everyone got better, and as a team we did as well. And again, we're right there. We're so close, and I think we got a group of guys that enjoy getting better and are competitive. So it's makes it easy as a younger guy to just get better and compete.
Andrew Gross, News 8.
Anders, good to talk to you, and it was good seeing you skating all through the playoffs. Can you just kind of take us through that ride? You suffer that horrific injury. Just how hard was it to mentally reset to know that your job now was rehab instead of playing? And, what kind of role did you try and play throughout the playoffs for your teammates?
It's a really tough thing to have to kind of deal with in a year where, we've been building for this kind of thing for a long time. And I think we had a group that we know what we were capable of. So getting hurt is pretty tough. But I think from the onset, I think I had a really good mindset of what I wanted to do, not only in terms of my rehab, but just within the room, and being as involved as I could, because you miss out on being on the ice and on the bench and in the room between periods, and that's where the battles are kind of won and lost, and you just want to be out there with the guys. So definitely had to take a different approach in the sense of accepting what had gone on and embracing this new challenge of trying to still be who I wanted to be throughout all of this, and not have the injury or what happened kind of take over. So took it on as a new way to be challenged and to kind of reflect on myself and try to do the best I could to help our team win. I think we have guys that are up and down our lineup that aren't sometimes not in every night, or the guys that are extra that are skating hard. Like, you see that it takes everybody. And I think that's what makes our team so special, is that from top to bottom, whether you're in lineup night in or night out, we're such a close-knit group that everyone's bought in, and we try to go out and do the best we can.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks. And Barzy, heading into next season, just how do you, can you use the pain and frustration of getting so close again? How can you use that for next season to push you further, not just you, but the whole team?
I think anytime you get close, as close as we did to the Stanley Cup, it drives you, and it just keeps that fire lit. Last year when, game 6, after that, you could get a sense right away in the locker room, and, almost like in the first week of training camp, that the guys were hungry and we wanted to get back there. Right now you're not thinking about it too much. You're not sitting on your couch, just waiting for camp to start. You're just going to take it day by day in the summer, try to get better as a player, and, maybe stronger off the ice, and just come back ready. I think everyone here's, like I said, a competitive guy, and we want to be back, and everyone we have the most fun as a group when we're in the playoffs and we're winning and winning big games and big moments. So we look forward to getting back to that.
Neil, best news day.
This is for Anders. I believe the night you got hurt was the first night that any fans were back in the building. What's it been like these 3.5 months, just kind of watching it gradually get fuller and fuller and fuller and then culminating in Game 6?
No, it was so great. I mean, watching the progression of, everything that has gone on and the, people getting back to normal a little bit and seeing more and more of our fans being able to enjoy a hockey game in the regular season. And then, the push that they give us in the playoffs. It's like, I'm glad that the building, the Collie, was able to be closed down in that manner, because it deserved that. And our fans deserve that. I think us as players deserved that as well. And I think, it feels right in some ways. It feels wrong in other ways too. We still feel like, we know how close we are and we know where we are. So it's just, it's a little bit bittersweet in that regard, but to have our fans back was incredible.
Molly Walker near post.
Matt, Barry talked a lot about the evolution of your maturity this season. Just what did you personally see grow within yourself, and what do you attribute that to? Is it just getting older, or do you credit the people you're surrounded with?
I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with just experience in the league and, yeah, I mean, being with guys, the same guys for the last 4 years, just, older group and just having guys, just that older presence, being like that little younger brother, to a lot of guys. And again, we got such solid, leaders on our team, with Leasy, and you just go down the list, Bales, Klutz, Sandy Green, just guys like that every year you pick certain things up from those guys off the ice or on the ice. So I think just that's what it comes down to. I think just a little bit of age and also just, again, being around veteran guys for 4 years, that'll do it a little bit as well.
Frank Compton, NHL.com.
Hey guys, thanks for all your time this year. Much appreciated. Anders, did you know right away that it was bad? And just having gone through something similar, I think it was 5 years ago, just having gone through that, did that help you just have the proper mindset right out of the chute? Thank you.
Yeah, so the way it happens is you kind of feel it in hindsight. I felt it happen and I didn't really understand it. Like, it's painful at first and then it kind of goes away. It's an interesting way. If you've ever heard about how it happens. So by the time I got back to the room, I had a little bit of hope that, it wasn't as serious as it was, because the pain, there's not really it's not painful. But you get checked out and the doctor doesn't like the way your knee feels. And, you go for, they go for the MRI and you try to just hope that it's not what it really is. And so, in hindsight, I did feel it. And then you just try not to believe it until you're forced to deal with it. But, my injury before playoffs the last time was a little bit different. It's broken bone. You have surgery. There's a plate in there. I was skating and, 2-3 weeks after that, that's a different injury. It's the bone heals and you're good to go. You got to let the scar heal and all that stuff. That part lingers, but this one, it's just a different type of injury. It's a lot more intricate and you can feel really good, but the stability of the graft and all that stuff. So there's just a lot that goes into it. So, and I think the position of we were as a team is a lot different. So I was prepared to handle the injury, but I don't think I was expecting to be as I knew it was going to be hard. I just knew that you just want to be out there with the guys. And so looking forward to the fall and getting back out there.
Christian Arnold, New York Hockey Now.
Anders, were you obviously you weren't able to be out on the ice during the playoff run, but having kind of that 100-foot perspective, were you able to get a better appreciation of what this playoff run meant for this area and for the fan base as the Colsieum was closing, and kind of appreciate just how much everyone seemed to enjoy it after such a chaotic year and a half?
Yeah, I think so. I think our guys feel the same way as well too. And, with the bubble run last year, like we felt it, we felt the support, like we knew there was a buzz on the island. We could tell from, hearing from our, friends and family around town and all that stuff that, the excitement was there. But then to be able to this year now have fans in the building and feel it and be around town in between games, stuff like that, it's, it's a special thing. And these runs are special. It's great for the fans. It's great for us. And, we plan on and going on as many of these as we can and continuing to build on what we have in the last 2-3 years. And each year, I think our group comes a long way and we get closer and closer each time.
Corey Wright, Islanders.com.
Matt, just what did it mean for you guys to have Anders in the room? We got a few clips of him reading out the starting lineup, but just for him to be around, how big was that for you guys?
I mean, it's fun. He obviously brings a lighthearted energy, and especially when he's not playing, he's just doing everything he can to keep it positive and keep it fun and keep it light and keep it loose. And I think that's what makes him a great captain. Just he's got that side of him as well. But soon, when the puck drops, or game day rolls around, he's dialed in and focused, and that's something you can jump on the back of. So having him and along with the rest of the scratch guys, they didn't waste a day in terms of sitting around and not trying to make an impact every game day. Always everybody had a smile on their face, didn't matter if they were playing or not. And just as a group, that goes a long way, just the camaraderie between everybody. So I think Lizzie did an exceptional job with his speeches, because that's definitely something that can be seriously nerve-wracking. Just talking, it's one thing to talk in front of a group of people that you don't know, but talking in front of your buddies is way harder to do. So no, he was great the whole time.
Arthur Staple, The Athletic.
Matt, do you start to get tired of the underdog thing with your organization? I think you guys weren't favored in any of your playoff games. Is that something that gets old, or do you kind of feel like it's a motivational thing for you guys by now?
I mean, at first it's motivational, and then you really start to believe that that we're not the underdog. But I think anytime you're labeled as the underdog, you'll take it just because maybe you feel a little bit like the pressure's off a little bit. But we know going into any game against any team that we can beat them. So that underdog mentality, am I tired of it? I wouldn't say I'm tired of it. It does get a little old at times. Just it's like okay, we just rattled off 3 straight wins against Pitt, coming to the Boston series, instant underdogs, the whole way through. So it's just, it is what it is. People are gonna predict what they want to predict, and we'll just keep doing our thing.
Last two here, Brian Compton, NHL.com.
Anders, there's obviously still time for something to get done, but is it almost impossible to fathom you guys moving forward without a guy like Casey? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know how important Casey has been to our team. Outside of just being a phenomenal player, he's a great person and has a special place in our room. And so, this is a tough part of the year where these kind of things have to happen. And of course, we would want nothing more than to have him back with us. And we'll see what plays out. But I don't think anyone can speak. We can all agree on that. Casey's one of the best, and we wish him nothing but the best. But of course, like anything, we want to see our guys back. And but this is the part of the year where things have to happen that that sometimes you don't like. And but you know, I can't say enough about the guy.
Last one here, Alan Craig, New York Times.
Thanks to both of you for all your time this season and last season in the bubble. Just for each of you, very briefly, what has Barry Trotz meant to you personally and just to the team? His paternal ways, his talk about focusing on the moment, enjoying the process. What has that meant overall?
I think, I mean, since day one, and Barry's, you know, shown up, and him and his staff have come in here, and you know, they've driven home a lot of different messages, depending on either what the team is going through, where we plan on going, all those things. I think he does a phenomenal job of keeping us on the right path. He can read the room. He can understand where we're feeling and all that stuff. So I think the direction of the team is he has a great job and a great handle of that. So, I mean, he's really come in and meant a lot to a lot of guys. He cares deeply about all the guys, and you know, he's extremely competitive like all of us. So I think it's just you know, everyone works really well together, and I think that's been proven in some of our results.